A year after introducing a humidor in which to store baseballs, the Diamondbacks made yet another potentially significant change to the way games will be played at Chase Field. They have replaced the park's natural grass with a state-of-the-art artificial surface. For the franchise's 21-year history, patches of brown and dying grass on the Chase Field surface had become a sort of summertime rite of passage in Arizona. The grass had a reputation for playing hard and fast, for balls zipping through the infield and into the gaps, for fly balls bouncing especially high after hitting the ground. But on Friday night, the club will play its first official game on the new surface, and everyone seems curious to see how it plays. From my perspective, reliever Archie Bradley said, "What I'm waiting to see is if those balls that you give up in the gap that are tailing and they bounce, are they going to bounce and go over the wall? Are they going to bounce and die? Are they going to bounce and continue to drive? Or even the hard-hit grounders, are they going to roll out the same, or how is that going to play?" One thing is clear, it looks very much like the real thing. Diamondbacks CEO Derek Hall said that was a big part of why, after years of reluctance, he was finally willing to take the leap to this particular surface, the B1K synthetic grass by Shaw Sports Turf. Are you a sports fan? Stay in the know. Subscribe to AsCentral.com today. For years, we considered doing it, Hall said, but I never liked the product and I always said no. But this one is so advanced. It looks and feels like a real blade. The new surface comes with a slew of benefits for the club. For one, Hall said there will be a savings of more than 2 million gallons of water. There's also the possibility of more savings because of energy usage. During the summer, the club won't be opening the roof overnight and into the following afternoon, which could save on air conditioning costs. The organization also will be able to host far more in-season events without fear of trampling the surface. Now, Hall said the Diamondbacks put down a protective surface over top the artificial grass, something they did last month for a pair of events, including a Billy Joel concert. It held up. Hall said, "We were a little worried to see it matted down a little, but it brushed back up. So we'll be able to keep it and maintain it. The ability to do it now is good for us and the reserve fund. We could never do it before." Chase Field will no longer feature the iconic dirt strip between the mound and home plate. Photo, Michael Chow, The Republic. Hall said the club spent roughly $2.5 million to install the surface. He said he's hoping it will hold up for 2 or 3 seasons before needing to be replaced. The surface was described in a press release in October as a dual-fiber system comprised of Shaw's high-performance Stren XXD slit film and Shaw's Bolt monofilament. It has an organic infill made of all-natural materials, including coconut core fibers. Diamondbacks players have had limited exposure to the turf. The club installed the surface on an agility field and on a half field at Salt River Fields, their spring training home, and they've had 1 workout and 2 exhibition games at Chase Field. Infield coach Tony Perez-Chica said it has its spongy feel when walking or running on it. He believes ground balls that hit near the mound or close to home plate can slow down, and that line drives to the outfield tend to grab and kick up. He has been told that the more the surface is played on, the truer it will play. Hall believes it will be an upgrade over the previous surface. Thank you. You're almost signed up for sports breaking news. Keep an eye out for an email to confirm your newsletter registration. More newsletters. I would say that in the past our grass played more like what was traditional artificial turf, Hall said, and this synthetic surface plays more like natural grass in those regions where it's easy to grow and maintain. Hall said he considered the grass to be dangerous in the past, pointing to outfielders who often slipped in the huge divots they would create with dives. He cited player safety as a reason for the change, though he couldn't point to a specific injury caused directly by the previous surface. The new turf already has an injury that can be traced to it, though indirectly. Right fielder Steven Souza Jr. slipped on home plate during the first exhibition game last week. Diamondbacks manager Torey Lovullo wondered if Souza would have suffered the injury had he been wearing metal spikes rather than plastic cleats, which players typically wear on artificial surfaces. Lovullo said he would strongly encourage his players to wear spikes. The Diamondbacks are hopeful that once the surface is broken in, the way it plays won't change as the season progresses. "At least we know that it's going to be the same surface the whole year," outfielder David Peralta said. "We won't have to worry what the grass will be like when it gets hot. We'll know how the ball is going to bounce and how it's going to go. It will be consistent." Chase Field grounds crew worker Mike Smothers uses a vacuum to clean up the new artificial turf before a spring training game between the Diamondbacks and Brewers on March 26. Photo, Michael Chow, The Republic.